and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Deepika Lingdo bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. 68 years after the end of the Korean War, 1950 to 1953, the two Korea are still deeply divided. However, South Korea's Catholic Church strives to act as a bridge and contribute in every possible way to the evangelization of brothers and sisters in the North. There is currently only one official place of Catholic worship in the People's Democratic Republic of Korea without any resident Catholic priests. As has been happening since 1780, a new celebration of the feast of the patroness Our Lady of Carmel, this time under the slogan, Mother of the Saviour, Embrace Our Pain. As planned activities began during the morning, they had their central act at 15 with a caravan of vehicles that Carmen de Patagons toured with the image of the Virgin, which was taken by the volunteer firefighters in one of their pickups. The scheduled visit with the Erasmus project for 4 teachers of the Salesian Farming School in Chambéry took place for 4 days, which specializes in horticulture and floriculture. After the stop in Voltoco, the program in Lombriasco with the technical knowledge meetings and visits to the companies. On the occasion of the Feast of Our Lady of Carmel, 16 July, in the Salesian parish of St. Michael, the Salesian Peter Toth made his perpetual profession in the hands of Father Janos Andras Falvi, Superior of the Salesian province of Hungary, UNG. During the homily, Father Andras Falvi thanked Peter's parents for having offered to God their youngest son Domonkos, who is undergoing initial Salesian formation. Their sister Christina Teres is also in the Franciscan order. The national meeting of aspiring Salesian Cooperators took place on July 18th on the Zoom platform with 52 participants, including aspirants and formators from 6 centers and 2 communities. The meeting, entitled The Fiat of the Salesian Cooperator, was directed by the Heriberto Herrera Center in San Pedro Carcha, Alta Veraspas, with the participation of Father Jose Bosco Alfaro, SDB, who presided over the closing mass. On 3rd July 2021, 29 students from the Dom Bosco Higher Institute of Namacha, belonging to the Salesian Vice Province of Mozambique MOZ, participated in a training course for volunteers focused on Salesian volunteering and the project of life. Last Tuesday, July 13, 2021, the State Coordinator of Salesian Social Platforms participated with different entities in a focus group or group interview as a space for reflection promoted by the Holistic Project in order to know the social impact of the implementation of safeguard policies in organizations. Holistic is a project of the Carmel's Pontifical University aimed at the accompaniment, advice and training of entities with a view to creating care and good treatment environments for children. Among its objectives is to train organizations to detect indicators of abuse or violence, intervene in the most appropriate, safe and effective manner, work on the prevention of all forms of violence, comply with legal requirements and international standards, adopt a positive and proactive position in the comprehensive care of minors and in the defense of their rights, promote the culture of good treatment and mutual care in coherence with the mission of the organization. But achieving all these achievements implies the production of changes, and therefore, Holistic is also concerned with knowing what the social impact of the project itself is on the entities that receive its service, and to generate a tool that allows organizations which have safeguard policies or are moving towards a culture of good treatment in their entities to know the social impact that these actions have on your organizations, on your environment, and on the people who are in one way or another in contact with the entities. The objective of the focus group that took place on the 13th with the heads of the state coordinators of Salesian social platforms, Pinardi Federation, Entre Culturas Foundation, Maria Auxiliadora Foundation, FISAT, Mornis Foundation and Juan Sonardar Foundation, was to be able to validate the theory change of the Holistic Project, as well as to know the impacts or positive and negative changes that it has for responsible and their organization to have or not policies of safeguard and good treatment for childhood. Among the preliminary conclusions, a consensus was reached on the following concerning safeguard policies. The main barriers are the lack of resources and time, the difficulty for implementation and prioritization of the intervention that limits focusing on other aspects such as safeguarding. The most significant negative impact is the break with previous intervention models and educational styles. That the most consensual positive impacts are improvement of good treatment throughout the organization, employees, volunteers, etc., and not only of children. Improvement in the systemization of protocols and unification of criteria. It promotes the creation of safe environment in society, volunteers, families of minors, etc. Increased capacity for prevention and detection of abuse. It helps fulfill the missionary purpose and greater security of those responsible in their teams. By June 2022, we hope from Holistic to be able to support organizations in measuring the social impact of their safeguarding policies with the creation of a simple tool that helps improve the management of actions aimed at creating safe and well-treated environments. 51 men and 25 women are already National Police for all purposes after being sworn in the morning of July 19th in the courtyard of the Salesian College of Las Palmas. All of them are part of the 35th promotion of the National Police, composed of 2,875 officers. The act, solemn and sober at the same time, was presided over by the delegate of the government in the Canary Islands, Anselmo Pestana Padron, flanked in turn by various authorities, among them the subdelegate of the government in Las Palmas, Maria Teresa Mayanas Vasquez, the Superior Chief of Police in the Canary Island, Rafael Martinez Lopez, and the Provincial Chief Commissioner of Las Palmas, Luis Felipe San Martin Fernandez Marcote. During the ceremony, in addition to the oath, the titles were given to the new policemen, but given the sanitary circumstances, one of the new officers received these titles on behalf of everyone. A moment of special emotion was the tribute to the members of the National Police who died in the act of service. In his parliament to the new policemen, the government delegate invited them to serve the citizens and to face the daily service with a positive spirit. Pestana also announced a new direction in the police force, seeking excellence and its ability to respond to the new challenges posed by the current moment. At the end of the ceremony, an explicit mention was made of the generosity of the Salesians of Las Palmas for having lent their facilities and giving all kinds of facility for the realization of this promotion ceremony. The Salesian director, Jose Carmelo Pulido Morales, had the opportunity to talk briefly with the delegate and subdelegate of the government, as well as with the Superior Chief of Police of the Canary Islands. The ceremony was carried out with the utmost health and safety measures required by the current pandemic situation at all times. For the second year, faced with the impossibility of doing the traditional summer oratory, a team of volunteers from all the groups of Salesian House of Cordoba, coordinated from the Youth Ministry, have launched again the Envoys project. In addition, during these days, it has coincided another shipment very special. Last Saturday, 18th at 20:00 hours in the schoolyard, and confirmations took place in the Salesians Cordoba. There were 35 young people from the Cristo Vive movement who received the sacrament from the Bishop of Cordoba, D. Demetrio Fernandez. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.